told me if I went on another bidder, I could use his support and service, and I can't do that with a very fine age. Favorite whiskey? What's yours?
Crackers?
No, I like
Yeah, crackers.
agreed. That would be a fine thing. I saw another one. Yes, ma'am. How are they? My wife Julia and the children are fine. Every once in a while we bring them close enough. For a time on the Mississippi, I had an important whiskey as a headquarters. And now that I'm east, they're playing.
Recording for you, this for you, Madison. Great moments with Ulysses S. Grant.
We're looking at, as we hammer against these, we cross now two of the fords in Northern Virginia and find direct approaches, but we're finding that we have to do side lanes to try to get around it. And I fear at some point we may get down to the peninsula in Virginia, and at some point we'll be below Richmond. And if we set headquarters there, I may bring the family into that area. I don't know. Is this bothering you? I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Question? Yes, ma'am.
What is your relationship with Sherman?
My relationship with Sherman? My relationship with Kump, as I call him, goes back to my first weeks at West Point. You may not know this, but originally my name was Hiram Ulysses. And I don't prefer Hiram at all, because if you take my initials, that comes out with the word hug. So as a child, I did not enjoy being called Hug. So most of my friends and family called me Liss or Ulysses. Now some of the bad kids called me Useless at the same time. Well, a family friend, at the insistence of my father, found that he could get me into West Point. I was registered to go to West Point as Ulysses Simpson Grant because our congressman friend didn't know my middle name and assumed that it would be my mother's maiden name. So my trunk was written U.S. Grant, and when I reported to the academy, I had an opportunity right then and there to leave. I was not happy about being there, and I reported in as Hiram Ulysses, and the sentry on duty reminded me that I was registered as Ulysses Simpson and told me if you're not Ulysses Simpson, then you're not here to check in for West Point. So I had my opportunity, but I stayed. And my trunk said U.S. Grant. A week or so into things, the senior cadets come around to introduce themselves to the new plebes. And there was old Kump Sherman. The boys came in my room, tried to break me, tried to wear me down, and trip me up, but I was having none of that. And at the end of things, William Tecumseh Sherman looked at my trunk, said, U.S. Grant. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, so like Uncle Sam Grant, right? And I said, yes, sir. And he punched me on the arm, and he said, well, Sam, you're a fine fellow. We shook hands, and he said, I'm Kump. And from that day on, Sherman and I have been forever friends. In fact, after he talked me out of not leaving the Chattanooga campaign, it was said that he had reported, Grant stood by me when I was insane, I stood by him when he was drunk. So I owe a great deal to Mr. Sherman.